crazy mother.
What it do? Soul visionaries and potential soul visionaries out there. I am your host, Sherrod Corner. You are now rocking with the mobile version of the Soul Vision Powercast. You know that place where we keep it unfiltered and raw. And we talk about anything from porn to politics. We'll even talk about the things you might have heard or even saw. Today, we're going to answer the question, did Kendrick Lamar destroy hip-hop? Did Kendrick Lamar destroy hip-hop? That's what all the Drake stands and the, OVOites are saying, is that Drake destroyed hip-hop. Kendrick destroyed hip-hop by destroying Drake. Now, Kendrick just merely came through and built the ass. He put a foot up his ass. He put a knee on this boy's neck. He slammed him all around the ring, suplexed him time and time again. That's all he did. Drake has done more damage to his career than Kendrick has, though. Kendrick just beat him in a rap battle. And it's funny to me to hear grown men crying about, he called Drake the P word. Grown men are crying about Kendrick calling him a pedophile, in which Drake told him to call him a pedophile on Taylor Made Freestyle. He obliged the man, and now all of his stands and fans and everybody else that's, gobbling the meat, all of you all heard the Taylor Made Freestyle. All of you have seen the videos of Drake with the underage girl. All of you know about all the accusations out there in the whole 9 yards. Why are you a 31-year-old, 20, whatever, however old you was, why are you texting a young girl like that, a little girl? Are you guys out here, are y'all trying to turn a blind eye to his degenerate behavior, his weirdo activity? Is he a pedophile? I don't know, man, but could he be? It looks like he could be. It looks like he, because it's like, at the minimum, I'm gonna say he's a groomer. I think he's a groomer. I think he tries to get into these girls' heads while they're young. Then he waits till midnight strikes, and then he strikes. As soon as they become legal, one second past, the legal age, boom, there he is. He's Johnny on the spot. But enough about that. We're going to get to the point that Kendrick Lamar destroyed hip-hop, because everybody's like, he's not out here doing features no more. He's not doing features for anybody. Well, man, you see those people that get them Grammy nominations, because, Kendrick gave them that feature. He featured them on the GNX album. You see that? Did you see that? Y'all keep saying this man don't help out, but it looks like he does. And then you all are talking about Drake is not making music no more. What does Kendrick have to do with Drake putting out a good project? I believe Drake at this point has lost any desire to really perform. Not because of Kendrick Lamar. I think it's partly because of Kendrick, because he was truly exposed in a way that has not happened before, right? And to be honest with you, I think he destroyed himself more than Kendrick did. Drake has a childish mentality. He's not mature. Every grown man knows you're going to take a loss. Every grown man knows that. But he has this entitled behavior, like, I'm supposed to get away with calling you names and doing this and that and the other, and you're not supposed to hit me back. He has that only child syndrome. where he was spoiled by his mom, coddled, and then now he's out in the real world and he expects that same treatment from everybody else around him. And then the crazy thing is, you put a little money in his pocket, now he turned into a mob boss. Wow. That's crazy. That's really, it's interesting. It's very interesting that this man has turned into a mob boss. Now, I've never really thought his music was really that great. You know, I thought he was a mid artist at best. And now that I know that he don't write his shit, I really don't even place him anywhere now. You know, everybody else gives him. I mean, he looks like a boring performer. Everything I see about him is just, I never believed his persona. He just never gave me that energy. All that wanting to point the guns and throwing up, you know, gang signs and all that. Like, no, bro, you don't. I don't get that vibe from him. You know, I get the vibe that you are a prankster. You know, this is a prank that you're pulling on the world, that you're this tough guy. The music, like I said, was mid, and from what I can gather, most of the people that he jumped on and gave a feature to was already on the way up. They was already gonna do what they were gonna do, regardless if he jumped on those songs or not. I'm just baffled by grown men. I can see women that are his fans trying to come to his defense, but grown men are crying about him being called a pedophile. See, the thing is, why are y'all so worried about other folks outside of the Drake community? You all should be able to make him become a #1 artist again. How come he's not performing for you guys? Because I believe a lot of those numbers those streaming numbers are fake. I truly believe they're fake. Because if they weren't, you guys would be able to make him a #1 artist again. You all would be able to put him on top again. But y'all can't. Y'all are not excited about any of the music he has dropped. He's dropped so much music since the battle has been over. He's dropped so much music, and you guys are not gravitating to his music in a way that's making it stand out. That's like I said, Drake probably has the biggest bot farm out there. But as far as Kendrick destroying hip hop, man, Kendrick just made hip hop exciting again. You're hearing lyricists come out. You're hearing people jump out here and really give you the metaphors, the punchlines. You're hearing people actually got a good flow. It's not that same repetitive man, she broke my heart. Yeah, it's not that. You know, people are out here rapping. There's a lot of people stepping out now. Like, you know what? This is the era of the lyricists now. Every era dies. Every era dies. And I think this is probably one of the best things to happen to hip hop is that the Drake era is coming to an end. It needs to come to an end because this is one of those eras where none of the artists were really saying too much anything. It's Molly, let's fuck, let's party, let's get high. That's it. There was no substance to any of the music that was out here. But for me, hip hop has been reborn. It has been put back on a path where it should be going. Getting back to real lyricists, real writers. You know, it's time to, stop all this ghostwriting. And let's get some real lyricists out here. Real lyricists write their own shit. They write their own shit. I don't care about a hook. Somebody can write a hook for you and all of that. No, your verses. That's what matters to me. Is anybody writing your verses? So, no, Kendrick Lamar Duckworth did not destroy hip hop. He actually made hip hop interesting again. He made hip hop exciting again for those that love lyrics. That's what he did. He brought people like me back into the hip hop community and loving it again. Hey, it's 2025. We're gonna rise and fly.